Welcome to an in-depth exploration of the latest DC Universe film, Superman. This cinematic masterpiece has captivated audiences, earning widespread acclaim, particularly among superhero fans who have showered it with praise. As a devoted fan myself, I found the film exceptionally compelling, largely due to director James Gunn's bold narrative choice to bypass Superman's well-trodden origin story. Instead, the movie immerses us in the life of a Superman who has been Earth's protector for 3 years, offering a fresh and dynamic perspective on the iconic character. In this detailed retelling, we'll dissect the film's intricate plot, vibrant characters, and profound themes, allowing you to experience its thrilling narrative from the comfort of your own home. Expect a comprehensive breakdown of the movie's stellar music, breathtaking action sequences, cutting-edge CGI, mesmerizing VFX, and a cohesive storyline that ties it all together. If you enjoy this retelling, don't forget to like, comment Superman if you're a fan, and subscribe for more exciting content. Let's embark on this epic journey, kicked off with an unexpected twist, a zombie apocalypse reference that sets the stage for an unforgettable adventure. The film opens in the stark, icy wilderness of Antarctica, where a chilling announcement lays the foundation for the world we're about to enter. This exposition reveals that 300 years ago, metahumans, individuals who appear human but possess extraordinary physical abilities, began emerging on Earth. Their arrival ushered in a new era of gods and demons, with DC's superheroes embodying the divine and their supervillains representing malevolent forces. This historical context paints a world where superhuman beings have reshaped societal dynamics, creating a fragile balance between power and chaos. We learn that 30 years ago, a mysterious spaceship from an unknown planet crashed on Earth, carrying a young child from the distant planet Krypton. Adopted by a humble American farming family, this child grew into Clark Kent, who 3 years ago declared himself Superman, the most powerful metahuman. Embracing his role as Earth's guardian, he has become a symbol of hope and strength. However, his actions have recently sparked controversy. 3 weeks prior, the nation of Bolivia attempted to invade Jaranpur, a neighboring country, only for Superman to intervene, halting their government, president, and military. This bold move ignited a global debate, with many questioning whether Superman's interference in international affairs oversteps his heroic mandate. The tension escalates as, 3 hours before the present, a metahuman known as the Hammer of Bolivia launched a brutal attack on Superman in Metropolis. In a shocking twist, just 3 minutes ago, Superman suffered his first ever defeat in combat, a moment that shatters his invincible image. The narrative shifts to the present, where we find Superman in Antarctica, bloodied and severely wounded, barely able to move. In a vulnerable moment, he blows a whistle to summon his loyal dog, Krypto, who arrives and playfully nudges him before dragging him to safety. This opening sequence sets a gritty, emotional tone, highlighting Superman's resilience and humanity even in the face of defeat. Krypto pulls Superman to his spaceship, the same vessel that brought him to Earth from Krypton. Marked with a bold S, the door opens, revealing 4 advanced robots from Krypton, reminiscent of Marvel's Ultron, but endowed with the ability to speak. These robots scan Superman, discovering he's not only gravely injured, but has 14 broken bones from his recent battle. They explain that Earth's yellow sun acts as a lifeline for Superman, its rays capable of rapidly healing him and restoring his powers. Using a large magnifying glass to focus sunlight, they heal him in mere seconds, rejuvenating most of his strength and vitality. This sequence underscores the technological marvels of Krypton and Superman's unique connection to Earth's sun. The film also unveils a poignant detail. 30 years ago, Superman's Kryptonian parents sent a recording with the spaceship. In it, they reveal that Krypton was on the verge of destruction, prompting them to send their son, Kal-El, to Earth for safety. They urge him to become a hero and serve humanity. However, the recording is incomplete due to damage sustained during the crash, leaving Superman unaware of its full message. This incomplete legacy adds a layer of complexity to his character, emphasizing his disconnection from his Kryptonian heritage and his deep-rooted commitment to Earth. As Superman recovers, a DC supervillain known as the Engineer tracks his spaceship to Antarctica, uncovering his secret healing sanctuary. She communicates with Lex Luthor, Superman's arch-nemesis, who is orchestrating a sinister plan from his high-tech office in Metropolis. The scene shifts to the city, where a healed Superman flies to confront his attacker. We learn that the Hammer of Borivia, who defeated him, is a creation of Luthor, controlled remotely with precision. Luthor, consumed by his hatred for Superman, has spent years developing advanced technology and assembling a team to bring him down. By analyzing data from Superman's past battles, Luthor programmed the Hammer to exploit his weaknesses, resulting in another devastating defeat for the Man of Steel. The Hammer, revealed to be Ultraman, travels through a portal to a pocket universe, a smaller, artificial world created by Luthor through a simulated Big Bang. This pocket universe serves as Luthor's clandestine base for illegal activities, including a private prison where he holds his enemies. Ultraman, crafted using Superman's DNA, is disguised as the Hammer to frame Borivia for the attacks, tying back to Borivia's failed invasion of Geronpor, which Superman thwarted. Luthor's lucrative arms deals with Borivia, disrupted by Superman's intervention, fuel his vendetta, as he seeks to eliminate the hero to expand his illicit empire. The narrative shifts to Clark Kent, Superman's alter ego, at the Daily Planet, where he works as a news reporter. He meets Lois Lane, his colleague and girlfriend of 3 months, who is privy to his true identity. We learn that Clark's glasses possess hypnotic powers, a clever nod to DC Comics lore, preventing others from recognizing him as Superman. At the office, Clark and Lois discuss Superman's recent defeat, while a news report features Borivia's president denying any connection to the Hammer, insisting it's an imposter using their country's name. At the Pentagon, Luthor meets with the U.S. Defense Minister and top officials, showcasing his arsenal of robots, the Engineer, and Ultraman. He offers to sell his metahuman fighting army, arguing that Superman's interference in Borivia's affairs poses a threat to global stability. Luthor reveals Ultraman's victory over Superman to demonstrate his army's superiority. While the officials share his concerns, they hesitate to arrest Superman, fearing a backlash from the public, who they view as a beloved hero. Determined to turn public opinion against Superman, the Engineer infiltrates his spaceship in Antarctica, destroying the Kryptonian robots and capturing Krypto. They recover and decode the full recording from Superman's parents, revealing a shocking directive. Kal-El must become Earth's hero, marry multiple women, produce powerful Kryptonian offspring, enslave humanity, and rule the planet, eliminating any who resist. Luthor broadcasts this recording worldwide, framing Superman as an alien threat bent on domination. Verified by experts, the recording incites public outrage, turning adoring fans into a mob that attacks Superman with whatever they can find. Confused and heartbroken, Superman seeks refuge with the Justice Gang, consisting of Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific. However, even they question his intentions, shaken by the recording. When Hawkgirl asks how Luthor got the recording, Superman realizes his spaceship has been compromised. He rushes to Antarctica, finding it ransacked and Krypto missing. Enraged, he confronts Luthor at his office, but Luthor records his anger, using it to further vilify him as a dangerous aggressor. Devastated by the betrayal, Superman surrenders to the government, who hand him over to Luthor. Luthor imprisons him in the Pocket Universe's private jail, where other captives are held under his control. In the cell, Superman meets Element Man, a prisoner endowed with Luthor the power to create any element, including kryptonite, Superman's greatest weakness. Luthor taunts him, revealing Krypto's captivity and his orchestration of an online hate campaign using robotic monkeys to spread vitriol on social media. Luthor admits he wants to kill Superman, but is keeping him alive for government interrogations. Element Man, however, is coerced into helping Luthor because his son is held hostage in another cell, with a guard ordered to kill him if Element Man disobeys. Meanwhile, Lois Lane, consumed with worry for Superman, teams up with her Daily Planet colleague Jimmy, who is connected to Luthor's girlfriend. Frustrated by Luthor's abusive treatment, she sends Jimmy photos revealing Luthor's secret plan, arming Borivia with advanced weapons in exchange for control over half of Duranpur, which he intends to transform into Luthoria, a private nation for his illicit operations. Lois and Jimmy prepared to expose Luthor's treachery to the world, hoping to clear Superman's name. In the Pocket Universe, Superman persuades Element Man to help by promising to rescue his son. Element Man removes the kryptonite, weakening its debilitating effects, and creates a sun-like energy source using his powers to mimic the elements of a star. This restores Superman's strength, allowing him to break free from his cell. Together, they rescue Element Man's son and Krypto, defeating the guards in a swift, action-packed sequence. Mr. Terrific, tracking Superman via nanochips embedded in his body, locates him and activates a portal to facilitate their escape. Superman, Krypto, Element Man, and his son emerge back on Earth, where Element Man thanks Superman before departing with his son to safety. As Metropolis faces catastrophic destruction from Luthor's expanding Pocket Universe portal, which causes the ground to crack and buildings to crumble, Lois and Jimmy work urgently to publish their exposé. They reveal Luthor's arms deals with Borivia and his plan to create Luthoria, exposing his betrayal of global trust. The government declares an emergency, urging citizens to evacuate Metropolis. Superman, still recovering at home under the care of his adoptive parents, learns of the crisis and rushes to the city, joined by Mr. Terrific. They battle Ultraman and the Engineer in a high-stakes confrontation, with Superman luring them into space before crashing back to Earth, incapacitating the Engineer with the impact. Ultraman, revealed to be a clone created from Superman's DNA, confronts him in a tense moment. Luthor, watching through flying cameras, explains his hatred. As a genius surpassing Galileo and Einstein, he resents Superman's unearned powers and status as a hero, which make humans feel inferior. He admits to creating Ultraman from a strand of Superman's hair collected from a battle site, enabling him to access the spaceship. Superman, undeterred, summons Krypto, who destroys Luthor's cameras, severing his control over Ultraman. Luthor unleashes his army of powered suits, but Superman, using his laser vision, defeats them in a whirlwind of action. The fight moves near the portal, where a black hole forms, swallowing Ultraman and Luthor soldiers. Superman and Krypto storm Luthor's office, where Krypto subdues him in a fierce takedown. Mr. Terrific, accessing Luthor's computer, uses his codes to close the portal, halting the destruction of Metropolis. With Luthor's crimes exposed by Lois and Jimmy, the world learns of his treachery, and he is arrested and imprisoned. Superman frees the remaining captives from the Pocket Universe, restoring his status as a beloved hero. He returns to his spaceship for treatment, where his repaired Kryptonian robots heal his injuries. In a heartfelt moment, Supergirl, Superman's cousin, visits to retrieve Krypto, mentioning her escapades on planets with red suns, where Kryptonians can experience intoxication. Superman reflects on his adoptive Earth family, watching videos of them instead of his Kryptonian parents, solidifying his identity as Earth's protector. The movie concludes, cementing Superman's legacy as a hero who rises above adversity. This Superman film is a thrilling blend of action, emotion, and intrigue, with stellar performances, jaw-dropping visuals, and a compelling narrative that redefines the superhero genre. Let me know in the comments how you liked this retelling, and share any recommendations for future content. Like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more exciting breakdowns.